Mexican fast food chains are becoming the most hotly ordered food in Australia.
The question is, which one is the best? Today we're joined by our Mexican correspondent, Stephanie Beza.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Oh, muy bien!
So we've received our food from the Uber Eats. Steph, please let us know what we're starting with.
All right, we are starting with Guzman y Gomez.
Hey.
GYG.
Could you please tell us what's inside the beef burrito?
Beef, obviously, the ground beef. Black beans, rice, a little bit of cheese. But what I actually ended up having to add, jalapenos
Oh.
and shredded
good.
lettuce.
That is so authentico Mexican. Beef burrito, chip.
That's such a familiar tasting thing. Like GYG 2020, I was getting it all the time. This tastes like that.
There's so much happening right now. Do I know if it's authentic? No. That is so authentico Mexican. No, I don't.
I will say though, nothing is really popping to me. Like it feels like it's all in this general mesh burrito
The wall
flavor.
of flavor coming at you.
Yeah, there's nothing like sticking out to me as amazing. It's doing the job, but I'm not sure it's a really exciting choice.
As a guy that's done Duolingo for 250 days plus, I can tell you that the pico de gallo, it ain't piquing my interest. You know what I'm saying?
I was going to say the pico de gallo is not extremely prevalent. It would be worse if it was overpowering, I reckon. But I'm just not really getting it at all. Nor can I really taste the jalapenos.
No,
However-
I'm getting no jalapenos.
No.
However, the flavor itself is quite pleasant. I do have to
Yeah.
say. It's like, yeah, it's good.
I'll comfortably land on a 6 out of 10 for me.
This is a 5. I think it's pretty like middle of the road for me. I wouldn't order it again. I'd probably go for something a bit more fancy with some sauces that might give it a bit more juice.
All right, yeah, I'd give this about a 6 because I am enjoying it. I'm not really like super wowed for flavor, but it's still yummy. I'd still get it, you know, on a night out or what have you.
Stick around to the end where we try all the different chips from these establishments. But for now, let's move on to the Zambreros burrito.
Right, so I tried to keep these as consistent as possible so we can note the like key differences. Beef burrito with pinto beans. Also got jalapenos in it for consistency, and actually it automatically comes with it, which which is nice at
I respect
Zambreros.
it. Let me go for some sniff here. Oh. Smells still the same wall of flavor here.
This one's so much more exciting to me.
Why are you so excited? Why? What's it got for you?
It's like the ratatouille moment where he's tasting food, but instead it's the flavor going into my
Yeah,
nostrils,
gotcha,
and it's
okay.
like, oh my god, chip.
Chip. Dripping everywhere. Okay. Immediately more flavor from the sour cream.
That's brilliant.
There's a lot happening there.
It's got the balance really right. Like you've got the meat flavor balanced out with the kind of tank from the sour cream and the tomato. It's really working together well.
It looks like more of a pulled beef than a ground beef as well, which is to my liking.
And the beans too, it's like a step up from baked beans, because that's the only beans I have to reference in my repertoire.
You're so white. You're so white.
It's strange to vocalize, but it immediately tastes healthier. I mean, you've got the individual bits of like onion and the corn and the tomato, and you've got the like the lettuce and the rice as well. Because ultimately, a burrito is a Mexican sandwich. This is a actual quote from my dad, my Mexican father.
Shout out to Papi. El hombre.
But this immediately tastes like, I don't know, it almost tastes like home.
I'm having a great time. I'd give this a solid 8.
Wow.
Close to a 9 even.
That is really good. There actually is flavor distinctions. It's not just one flavor wall coming at you the entire time. There are different flavors that hit you. The jalapenos leaving spice in the back of my throat. That's a happy 7 for me. That's a very happy 7.
I'm gonna say this one's an 8 for me.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the sauce. It's the like I can taste the individual components, but altogether it's just a wonderful canopy of taste. It's
Canopy.
It's an 8 for me.
Let's move on to America's favorite chain, Taco Bell.
I can only see this disappointing us. My crazy hot take is when American fast food chains come across to Australia, I think they more often than not fail. I don't think that their flavor palette matches ours that well.
No, yeah.
I wouldn't go to a Carl's Jr. over our very, very homely grilled.
Yeah. No, not at all.
Different flavor palettes. It's always greasier. It's always really, really strong and rich. I'm excited to see what Taco Bell has to offer.
Let's go with the burrito.
I hope they prove me wrong. I'd love if they did. I just don't see it happening. It's toasted a lot
toasted.
more.
Oh my
toasted.
god.
I see that's authentico Mexican.
I actually had to look quite a bit harder to find one that was along the similar lines. This one does have, I want to say, rice. We're sticking with the beef theme.
Jalapenos?
I had to add the jalapenos.
Had to add the jalapenos, huh? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
You smell that? I'm smelling nothing but maybe tort. I'm smelling nothing but tort. This is not exciting me. I'm nervous
I
about
smell like the warm spice, like that kind of like fried ricey kind of smell.
this. Sure, okay. Maybe you're having a stroke, brother.
Hey, Chip.
Chip. It hasn't disappointed me like I thought it would. It's very
No.
beefy. Very, very beefy.
Yeah, it's got its whole own like flavor profile.
The other two I was getting no beef at all. This is really popping on the beef front. Okay, let me get some more of that in me. It's pretty much the same bite throughout. I'm not getting too much of a difference.
But it's full of stuff. Like, to Taco Bell's credit, GYG really didn't hold up their end of having their own unique profile of flavor, where this just feels like it's trying its own thing and it's standing out for that.
I've got to say, I actually really enjoyed the softness of the tortillas on the other two. This one, yes, it's toasted, but it's just a little tougher.
Yeah, I agree.
And you know, it's keeping everything in the one place, so like, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just in terms of, I hate to say mouthfeel.
Yeah.
I got to say the GYG and Zambreros was a bit softer.
This is a happy 7 for me. Like, it really surprised me. Just unique. Maybe I just haven't had enough of this stuff before, but it was just like really unique and fun.
What was unique about that for you?
Just the way all the flavors came together and melded and blasted themselves together was a really exciting party in my mouth.
I feel like Zambreros is more fresh for me. Like Steph was saying, it tastes a bit healthier. It's a 6. It's a 6. The beefiness was really nice. The other two didn't have beefiness. So it's a really strong 6 for me. Zambreros, I think was a 7 for me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm happy to crown Zambreros my champion out of that. I don't think it's quite at a tie with Zambreros. I think Zambreros had more depth.
Yeah, I think I'd give this one a 6. It's again, like it's good and it's pleasant, but I think Zambreros was my favorite.
Yeah. Well, I can hear that.
Well, let's see which restaurant can stand on top after we taste all of their corresponding chips as well.
It is chippy time. What would be Mexican cuisine without hot potato chips?
Let's start with GYG.
All right, let's go, baby. All right, hey, chip,
Chip.
everyone, chip. Good seasoning, man.
Immediately good.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
loaded on the seasoning of GYG.
It's unique. It's slightly lemony. It's a little bit
Bit zingy, bit
peppery.
zesty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The zingy zest is a great way to put it.
Oh, so good.
I'd go with my heart and say these chips are an 8. This really redeems the lackluster burrito that we ate. Well, not lackluster, but pretty average, where these really bring up GYG in my mind.
There's just so much going on. I don't know if chips get better than this in my time. I'm gonna go a 9.
Wow.
I think that's a 9 chip.
9.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they've got so much going on. They're daring. They're daring to be different. Mexican Correspondent Stephanie, what do you think?
I have to agree with Mac.
9?
Yeah, 9.
9! Alright, let's go Zambreros.
Let's go the Zambrero chips. Tell us about this, Steph. We've got the corn chips this time.
Yeah, this
The
ain't a
corn
real
chips.
chip.
Zambreros actually don't have potato chips as an option on their menu. What they do have, however, is like their very own seasoned corn chips.
They do be seasoned, huh?
They do be seasoned.
I'm gonna get the most seasoned chip. I really want to give them the benefit of the doubt. Because going up against a hot chip,
Yeah.
that's a tough gambit.
Is this a more
Daniel?
authentic decision?
That's the thing. It could be. Now the representation of Mexican food that we have right here is by no means like it's such a broad, colorful, incredible reflection of what Mexican food really is. You know, we're getting the burritos, which are incredible, but you know we've also got enchiladas, fajitas, chili rellenos. There's just
Tacos. We're forgetting the
oh, how could we forget tacos?
Tacos.
Of course. This is to say that the burritos that we're trying today are just a minute representation of what Mexican food is. It's like not Italian food. We tend to just kind of lump it into the one thing.
Yeah.
Spag bol.
This is a very westernized take on Mexican food. I agree with you. Well, I
Yeah.
think this is the most Mexicanized chip. Let's give it a go.
Hey, chip.
Everyone. That was fun. That's fun. I'm having fun. You
I
having
like
fun?
that a lot, yeah. I mean, it's so much more than the generic chip.
That's a fun corn chip. That's probably one of my favorite corn chips I've had. That definitely stomps CC on the curb. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely curb stomps
I'm
CC.
not mad that this replaces the hot chip. to be honest.
Okay, well, let's slow it down there, Chieftain.
I mean, it's definitely a 7. That's all I'm saying.
Really?
Uh-huh.
That's some sociopath behaviors right there. This is a great corn chip. To give it a 7, I think is wild. It's a 6.
Okay.
It's a 6.
I'll take your 6. It's only one away from me, but sure, sociopathic, sure.
I'm sorry.
As an accompaniment to the Zambreros burrito that we had before, I think these ones actually lend more towards making the burrito the main meal, and these are more of an accompaniment. And so in their job, they're doing pretty well. So I'd say these are about a 7.
They don't
7
steal
as well?
the thunder like GYG did for their burrito, huh?
You're right.
Lastly, we're going to end on the Taco Bell chips and then tell us our final ranking of the restaurants. All right, Chip.
Look how wet they are, Chip. That's like wedges. They taste a lot like wedges.
Yeah,
They're
and not the
so-
good ones.
They're so seasoned looking, but yet none of it's coming through. It's just really confusing.
There's a lot of sog on that. You know when you get like undercooked kind of wedges? It's exactly that feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, mouthfeel and even taste.
The Taco Bell burrito looks like an incredible creme brulee in the face of these.
Yeah.
I don't want to necessarily compare it to cardboard because there is a degree of flavor about it, but the general consistency is a little bit too soggy for my liking. It's almost like they've been at the bottom of the bag for a little while.
I want to give it the benefit of the doubt, but at the end of the day, the flavor would still be great, even if sogged.
Yeah, that's a 3 from me. That is not a great chip. I didn't enjoy that at all.
If I were to put my 5 chip being, let's say a McDonald's on a great day, the 5 chip, that goes a 4. That goes a 4. But I do like the attempt at seasoning. I think adding seasoning to chips should be a given. We should not just have fried potatoes.
Yeah.
It's just not happening for me.
There's no character in that. This is how
no
you
character.
differentiate against the potato competition.
I'd give them a 4.
True.
I think like it was the general like moistness and sogginess that you probably just shouldn't have in a chip. But like the seasoning was good when I could taste it. So
Which is so odd because it was so seasoned looking.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they were so dull. Zambreros really did just trump Taco Bell's chips with a corn chip.
Wow.
That's wild.
That's crazy talk.
Let's tally up the results and give you the final verdict. Stephanie first. Overall experience, who would you rate your best?
When it comes to authentic Mexican
okay.
cuisine.
I think of the 3, it would come down to Zambreros. Just because like the flavor profile, it's very much something that you would make in your own home, but they've made it in such an enjoyable way that you're very happy to pay like a little bit extra for someone else to make it for you.
Yeah.
The choice to go for corn chips and like wonderfully seasoned corn chips, I don't know. I think it just works.
We have a lot to think about, Joe, as we go into these final ratings.
The Mexican endorsement is Zambreros, and I'm gonna have to agree.
Yeah.
The delicious corn chips with the even more delicious burrito just outshines everything so easily.
Yeah. I think this was a very fast food experience today. I don't think anyone, as we've said, was an absolute true shining hero of great cuisine. That being said, Zambreros definitely packed a zesty punch.
Oh yeah.
It had layers, it had depth, the corn chips were nice. Everyone else kind of fell flat in the burrito, and that should have been the easiest part to nail.
Yeah, GYG, the chips outshine the burrito, and I just don't think that should ever happen.
Never ever.
Where Taco Bell's burrito was a nice surprise, but the chips just ruined that whole experience, and it's not even worth eating the burrito anymore.
Prices up on screen for each individual item, so you can make your choice based on what's inside your pockets and your wallet right now. A big thank you to our Mexican correspondent, Stephanie Besa, for stopping in today.
Thank
Muchas
you very
gracias.
much.
De nada.
I think a sentiment to take home is the best burrito is going to be the one you make at home.
Or the friends you make along the way. You know?
Hey, that's been the Sharehouse.
Tell someone you love them today.
Bye.
Bye.